welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How you guys doing today? Well, I am starting to decorate the front two rooms in our house, the living room and dining room, and the back of the foyer door. And that's what I'm here to do today. This is episode 11 in my 2017 fall decor series. And I probably have 5 or 6 more to go after this. We're including this. Let's see, I have them written down here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more, including this one to do. So we're zipping on along here. That's what I have planned anyway, whether I'll combine a couple of those, depending on how long it takes me to do some of the things that I've got planned to do in there. We'll just have to see if I end up with 7 more. Maybe 1 less than that, I'm not sure. But I'm here today to create a grapevine wreath on the back of the front door. Because I always have a wreath hanging there. I don't put tables on either side of the front door inside the foyer. I have 2 pictures, really pretty pictures hanging there. But I don't put tables there because, as you've seen, well, there you can see 2 of them. That's Sam right here, and that's Gracie the golden. He's a Newfoundland, and then Gracie is a golden retriever, and I have Sophie is on the couch, I think, another Newfie. And their tails, they leave. By the way, those of you who've been asking me if my dogs ever bother my accent pieces or my decorations, they don't ever bother them. They're older dogs now, they're not puppies, long since gone puppydom. Puppydom is long since gone, unfortunately, with these 3. Sophie will be 10 in November. Gracie is already 10, and Sam will be 7 in October. So, you know, they're well past the I'm going to chew up your stuff stage. What I do have some trouble with sometimes is their tails. They kind of swish stuff off tabletops and stuff like that as they're sauntering through rooms, you know, because their tail just kind of follows them, and they have no control over what it hits. Sophie knocked down my little crates. I've got crates that sit beside the credenza there, and she knocked down those the other day. So, you know, that's the type of thing that happens, but they don't chew anything up. So, knock on wood, I'm really lucky with that. But anyway, as I said, that's why I don't put tables on either side of my front door. But I do like to have some kind of decor there, so hence came the idea of putting a wreath on the back of the front door. So I'm going to be making a grapevine wreath today. For those of you who have been subscribers of mine for a while know those 2 rooms are decorated a little bit differently than the back of our home is decorated. I use lighter and airier colors up there. I use silvers and khakis and grays, and I always accent with a green, really pretty green color that I'm in love with. So that's what I'm going to be using for this wreath. It's almost a green gray. Some of it'll lean more toward the green, some of it'll lean more toward the gray, and you'll see what I mean. I'm going to be adding some khakis in the ribbons, and so you'll see. But this shouldn't take me, fingers crossed, too long. And I am going to be using my hot glue gun, but I've got my spiffy silicone, you know, mat and tools, so hopefully I won't burn myself this time around. And I'm going to be making a funky bow on this wreath as well, so I'll be doing that tutorial. And let's get started. I don't want to waste more time just chattering along here, even though I love chatting with y'all. But I'm going to go ahead and get this camera turned around and set up, and we're going to get started on this wreath. So wish me luck. Let's hope, fingers crossed, this comes out with something, that this turns out to be something really pretty. Excuse Gracie, she's just like really just out for the count there. Sorry about that. I keep it real, folks. I keep it real. What can I say? All right, I'll be right back. Okie dokie, I'm back. And I'm ready to get started on this. I wanted to show you first this wreath frame that I got. It is kind of an oval. And of course it looks a little fatter on one side than the other, but that's okay. It's all good. It'll work out in the end, I promise. I'm not going to put a hook hook or glue a pipe cleaner for a hook on the back of this one to hang it with. Sometimes I will do that, but I don't need to do that with this wreath because we have very large wreath hangers with a large hook on it that this will snug right down onto, and I will give you a link to those wreath hangers. You'll see it when I get this thing hung up, when I get it done. Now I'm just kind of turning it around to try to figure out what I want the top to be. And sometimes I do try to even push it in a little further. I really am in love with the oval shape for some reason. I just love that shape. Makes me a happy girl. So I think that will be the top. First thing I'm going to do is before I make the bow, I want to go ahead and get this. This is just a garland that I purchased from Michael's last week. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on and go ahead and glue it on right now. That way it will have time to dry and it'll be nice and secure on here when I go to start manipulating other things, my other accent pieces. I'm going to be using this pumpkin. You can see the pumpkins here. And these are the 3 ribbons I'm going to be using. And I have some other stuff down here too. I'm thinking about incorporating some gold leaves. Aren't they kind of cool? But these have gold sparkles running through. So I thought I might try that in some way. We'll see. I don't know. I'm creating here. Don't know what I'm going to come up with. And I also have some more flowers. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure. I want to bring my, whoops, sorry about that. Bring my hot glue gun. No, I don't have the glue pot yet, although it really wouldn't do me much good in this vein. So I know I want my bow to go on the top. And I want the rest of my accent pieces to go around on the bottom. So I'm going to have the bow with some stuff around the bow and then the pumpkins down here. So you are going to be able to see some of this grapevine wreath. Leave it in there a little bit. Let me start with my glue gun. I'm going to get my little fancy dancy finger protectors on here. This was the best idea. Whoever gave me this link, thank you, thank you, thank you. You have saved my fingers. So I may look funny. I'm pretty in pink though, huh? They may look a little funny, but man, oh man, it's a lot better not to burn myself. So I'm just going to work my way around. And glue this whole thing on. All right, I ran back to my cruising must-haves, and I thought, why couldn't I? These are clips that I use to hold like beach towels on chairs. Why couldn't I use these to hold this down so I keep it out of the glue part as I work my way around this wreath, huh? You know? Hopefully, by the time I'm ready, all of this will be sufficiently secured. All right, now let me wipe this off a little bit. Get a paper towel And we'll get started on the funky bow. Just to tell you, like I do every time, that I am not the one who created the funky bow. A nice lady who doesn't even know I exist. Her name is Julie, and she's got a lovely YouTube channel called Southern Charm Wreaths. Go over there and check her out. She makes some beautiful things. That's where I learned how to do the funky bow. And I, change it up and do my own thing to it too. But, I learned the basic concept from her. So let's get started. I'm going to use these 3 ribbons, and I got these 2 at AC Moore in their fall section. And this one, I believe I ordered from craftoutlet.com, I believe. So I'm going to make, like I always do, I'm going to make 30-inch strips. I'm going to cut 3 of each kind of ribbon. So I'm going to speed along through this part too, so you all aren't bored to tears as I'm cutting this ribbon. I will be right back. Okie dokie. Finished doing that now. And now it's time to make the bow. Got my pipe cleaner here. Ready to go. So the way we do this is I want to have 10-inch tails on my bow, and I want to have a 5-inch loop. So I go to 10 and then to 20. Gives me 10-inch tail on that side, 10-inch tail on that side, and a 5-inch loop. And then you want to twist it to bring the right side up. And I'm going to go in an alternating fashion. This might be where I differ from Julie, but I decided I like the way my bows turn out better when I alternate every time. Sometimes I'll do 3 up, 3 the same way, and then 3 the opposite way. But this time I'm going to alternate every one. 10, 20. Again, this is one-sided ribbon, so I need to twist. Don't worry about the length of the tails right now. They're too long, we can cut them down a little bit. I'd rather them be too long than not long enough. Yes, my hand is already cramping. I've been doing a lot of crafting in the last several days here. My hands are screaming at me. What do you think you're doing to me? 10, 20. I don't think I have arthritis in my hands. I think they're just sore. And I still have more coming up. More funky bows coming up. So I will buck up and take it. 2 more. my pipe cleaner, go to about the halfway point. And pull it around. And use your hand that you're holding the bow with as a resistance and twist. Whew. Funky bow for you. Now, of course, I can tell you already that some of these tails are a little out of control and a little long for my taste. So I can tell you for sure that I will be cutting them down. But for now, I'm going to try to separate like designs a little bit. It's hard to do that all the way, but just a little bit. And do take time when you guys make your funky bows. Do take time to fluff. Fluffing is one of the most important steps to a pretty bow. And you can make a bow and just slap it on a wreath or on a lantern or wherever, and it doesn't look special. But if you take the time to really fluff it out and make it pretty, then some of these tails can come up in there too, but they're going to go shorter, I can tell you that right now. But there we go. That's a pretty good start. And what I like to do is go ahead and get it on the wreath and figure out what else I want to do with it from there. So let me get this wreath back over here. Make sure I'm in the middle here. I'll be back when this is nice and secure. As you can see, there are gold flecks in the ribbon. So I thought, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. So I thought I would put 2 down here. The pumpkin is going to be kind of right in the middle there. Something like that. Secure them into plates. I'm going to go ahead and try it. come back up underneath maybe and secure it some more. Definitely going to get my easel. I'll be right back. Excuse you, Gracie. Alrighty. Now, as you can see, that is not holding on very well. So I'll try it again. Well, let's leave it there for a little while. We'll see. Okay. Can you guys see me a little bit here? Let me see. There we go. Go ahead and start working with this bow a little bit. Thinking about adding the gold up there too. Kind of like that. It's getting there. I was worried there for a minute. If I get this pumpkin to stay on, I'll feel better. And then I want these fellas in here somehow. I'm gonna have to lay it back down to do that. Boy, I love grapevine wreaths, but I do not love working with hot glue all the time. I love how they look though. All right, I am going to put the cream pumpkins on. I've talked myself out of it, and now I've talked myself back into it. So here we go. I'm committing. I'm gonna put them on. Just because something looks pretty right at the moment doesn't mean it can't look prettier. You are going to see a lot of transitions in this video because I'm having to stand, and I've had 51 minutes. That tells you 51 minutes of video up to this point since I started making this thing. So that tells you how long I've just been standing and holding and waiting for glue to dry. So I'm sure you'll see a good many transitions in this one. Just because it's boring standing here waiting. Let's see. I think I'm going to stop. I'm going to put it up on my easel again. First I'm going to glue all this stuff down because I think I like it like this. Then I'm going to start working with that bow a little bit. And I know that I have been extremely quiet for this hour. I've been working an hour, you guys, on this. And a lot of it is just holding stuff down. And I'm going to see if I can... So, I'm going to work my way around and glue the flowers in, and I will be right back with some final words and show you the final. I'm still working on the bow, but it's getting there. I can't get the whole thing in the picture. Oh my goodness. It's a monstrosity. I need to move back. But I'm still working on the bow. But there it is. It's getting there. It's getting there. I'm telling you guys, this one has been a test of my patience. I will admit that this one it's been, you know, having to stand and hold it the way I have hold everything, and trying to figure out, you know, that less is more sometimes. Sometimes I really have to back off of all of the accent pieces and say, let's not go crazy here. Let's not go crazy. Calm down, Arlene, calm down. You don't need everything under the kitchen sink, you know, on the wreath. So I tend to put a lot of accent pieces on, but sometimes, like I said, less is more. So I'm gonna keep tweaking. I need to cut down some of these tails. They're a little crazy. And I'm gonna come back after I get myself a drink of water and cool off, because I'm like dying here of heat exhaustion. This has been a lot of work, you guys. So I'll be back. I'm going to turn off for a minute and I'll be back. Well, I'm finished. Phew! What a job this one was, you guys. Oh my goodness. I don't know what in the world. It just took me forever. Like I said, you have seen a lot of transitions in this one, just because I had to hold down things that I was gluing on, you know? And then it's just, you know, it turned out exactly the way I wanted it to turn out, though. I will say, check out that bow. Is that just not pretty? And then with playing off of the gold of the leaves, I just love it. I just love it, and I'm so happy with it. Now, I'm gonna go put it on the front door and take some pictures of it on the front door for you guys. So I'm just absolutely thrilled with it. I could not be happier. Phew, it was a test of my patience, though, I will admit. So even I get frustrated sometimes. But anyway, I'm just gonna say, well, let me think, what's next? I'm not sure what's next. Something either in the living room or the dining room, one of those lantern decors. I'm not sure which is less. I have everything listed. I've got it all written down and I'm ready to roll. But I'm not sure what's next on my list, and I'm gonna take it one thing at a time. So light and airy is the name of the game, though, for the next few videos. So I will just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.